What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about how the New England Patriots have claimed tight end Jordan Thomas off of waivers from the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Thomas was just released by the Cardinals the other day, and of course, with any player that is released by a team, they go through waivers, basically meaning that there is a list of teams that a player goes through. Each team can either choose to claim them or pass on them, and then it would go to the next team, and if no team decides to claim them, then they become ultimately a free agent. So clearly what this says to me is that the New England Patriots definitely did want him. They didn't want to let him clear waivers. He was a guy that ultimately they looked at and they went, okay, you know what? He can make some type of difference. He's the guy we want. Let's claim him before potentially he gets claimed by another team. Now, he was a former 6th-round pick by the Houston Texans back in the 2018 NFL Draft, so he's still new to the NFL, still fairly new at least, but does have a couple of years now under his belt. Still super young though, only 24 years old, and he's going to bring this build that I really like in tight ends, and I think could be really beneficial if he can get on the field. And of course, looking at our tight end depth, that should not be a problem. He sits at 6'5", 278 pounds, a very big target who, as long as his mechanics are good, should also bring a viable option for the New England Patriots as a blocking tight end also. I should also mention that overall, he is the most productive tight end here for the New England Patriots. Now, not this season. If you put it in this season's category, he would be about the Patriots' second most productive tight end that they have. What does that go to show? Does that go to show that the Patriots tight end core is not great? Or does it go to show that the New England Patriots are getting a bargain deal with this guy? It could be a little bit of both, but I definitely think that this is an addition worth noting. Now, look, this is not a Jared Cook, Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce type of move, but compared to the tight ends the Patriots had been working out this past week, he is definitely an upgrade over them. Now, in his first year in 2018 as a rookie with the Houston Texans is when his best season came into play. He played in 16 games in which he started 10 of them. He was targeted 27 times, 20 receptions, 215 yards, averaging 10.8 yards per reception, and 4 touchdowns. Now, after that, things definitely started to drop off a little bit there for him. In 2019 with the Houston Texans, he appeared in just 5 games with 2 starts in which he was targeted 3 times with 1 reception for 8 yards, 0 touchdowns. And then in 2020, so far with the Cardinals, before of course getting released, he had appeared in 4 games with 0 starts. He was targeted 1 time with 1 reception for 3 yards and also a touchdown. So the Patriots are clearly getting a big target tight end for Cam Newton, a guy who can definitely help out within the receiving game, which the Patriots really need at that tight end position outside of a guy like Ryan Izzo, but he is also a big red zone target, which again, I think the Patriots desperately need. You look at Cam Newton, he only has 2 passing touchdowns on the year. The rest of the touchdowns are him rushing. And I strongly believe that part of that is because they just don't have a red zone guy. I mean, look at who they have. Who is going to be their true red zone target? You look at what a guy like Jordan Thomas has done in his short time in the NFL with very limited opportunity he's had, and he's already put up 5 touchdowns, a lot of which, again, came within that red zone. And Thomas, of course, again, is this much needed addition here. The New England Patriots are very banged up at the tight end position and are about 3rd worst in the entire league in terms of passing yards and are dead last, league's worst when it comes to passing touchdowns. So far in 2020, the New England Patriots group of tight ends as a whole has combined for a total of 10 catches for just 122 yards. Pretty much all of that coming from Ryan Izzo. Of course, on any other team, an addition like Thomas would most likely become for depth. He could maybe be a 2nd string tight end at best, maybe a 3rd, but again, all that would come down to, for really any other team in the NFL, comes down to depth. But for the New England Patriots, this is not depth. They are so bad, so unproductive at the tight end position that this signing could potentially become him being the starter for New England at the tight end position, especially because he is more experienced in the NFL than a guy like Ryan Izzo. Now, I don't know if I would go as far as to say he would be the starting guy here over Ryan Izzo, just because that's the guy they've been rolling with for a few weeks here now, ever since the start of the season, the offseason, and even last year that they really liked. So, he could definitely very easily be this number 2 guy. Can he be the number 1 guy? We'll just have to see how we can come in and make a difference. Now, guys, real quick, with NFL football continuing this week, which has a few surprise teams at the top of the standards, you might not be able to be at a game this year, but you can still get in with all of the action at BetOnline. Now, no matter how schedules change or players that play, BetOnline is going the extra mile to make sure that you get in on everything imaginable for this upcoming season with the fastest updated odds in the industry. Now, there are always more options to wager than anywhere online. All you have to do is head to BetOnline today and take advantage of all of their great mid-season sign-up bonuses, offers, and contests. Again, that is BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. And it's interesting because after he was released by the Texans on September 5th, he actually went to the Arizona Cardinals practice squad first, and then he went to their active roster afterwards. The New England Patriots, again, they didn't wait till he became a free agent. They claimed him right at the first opportunity they had, and they put him on the active roster right away. They didn't try to even get him on the practice squad. And with being like a team with the Texans, which again, he originally started with Bill O'Brien, he's going to have some familiarity with both offenses because Bill O'Brien being, the Patriots' former offensive coordinator, they run things very similarly. Now, of course, are they the exact same? No, but they are 100% not bipolar differences. So he'll come into New England with at least a little bit of knowledge, more than 95% of the other tight ends that are, free agents at this current time, with what this offense is expected to do and how this offense is going to run. As for how fast he is, he's not going to be very fast. That is not his game. He only ran a 4.74 at his 40-yard dash combine in 2018, so he's not going to be a fast guy, but he's going to be a big target that has good hands, able to catch in traffic, and in the end, that is what the Patriots need. They need a guy in the middle of the field that can catch, be short-handed, and make tough grabs ultimately. Overall, I like this signing by Bill Belichick. Is it the biggest, flashiest move you could ask for? Of course not. Is this going to make the offense take the big leap forward they need? Of course not. But in the end, this is much better than what the Patriots have right now. And of course, considering we are past the halfway mark at this point of the NFL season, what better do you think you're going to get? That's going to be it for today's video, though. What are your guys' thoughts on the signing? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.